New tonight, as election season nears, a Florida court is allowing the use of new House districts recently passed during an April special session. Attorneys for voters who sued had argued the new congressional districts violate a state constitutional ban on partisan gerrymandering. They also said the court should order the state to continue using the same districts as in the previous election. The court denied the temporary injunction against the maps, saying they can't step in as the lawsuit plays out in lower courts. The lead plaintiff in the case, Executive Director of Equal Ground, responded to the ruling, condemning the judge's decision to not intervene ahead of elections this fall. The new maps don't change anything in the Panhandle, but instead shrink Democratic-leaning districts in Central and South